There's so much to know about a hot tub and all the benefits it brings that you probably were not aware of. Stay tuned for this, everybody. Welcome everyone to Your Little Castle Show. We get to talk to experts in the industry. I got to put the hat on early for this show. Last show I got so excited I didn't even put the hat on. But man, as a cowboy, we like our hot tubs. And as a kid, I was fortunate. Parents bought one as a kid, and I had to get one in my house when I built one. And I had it brought over here. They'd get the crane, lift it up, put it over. That cost me a couple grand just to get that done with the crane. I bet you guys get a better deal than that. I was doing it myself. Do it yourself, or you pay more when you don't know what you're doing. But you guys have been doing this for a long time now. Based out of St. Louis, where is 5030 Griffin Road? Where's the closest location?
I would say the closest cross section would be Tesson Ferry, Highway 21, and Butler Hill Road. Okay. Right there in South County. You're 5 minutes off the Interstate 270 R55.
Good, easy location to get to here in St. Louis. Not too far from Lutheran South, where the Cardinal Cowboy went to high school. We're having our reunion. I'm not going to say what year. Not everybody looks as young and vivacious as the Cardinal Cowboy. They must think this is our 10-year anniversary, right? Right. But good stuff. And it's because of maybe it's the hot tub that helped me to do that. It kept me in good shape. But the health benefits, I didn't realize. That's just for fun. You got to get a hot tub. But there's a lot of therapeutic. And we're going to talk about that, too. You've got information on the website. Talks about the healing benefits of having a hot tub. All right. Well, let's finish up here. We started off finished off the last show with what is the big mistake that people make when they're making a purchase for a hot tub. Elaborate for me that a little bit more, if you would, Dave.
So a lot of people come in and there's the marketing campaigns out there. Oh, get 100 jets and get it for $49.99. You get what you pay for, and a hot tub is exactly that. If you want 40 or 50 jets, which our manufacturer has done research and engineering behind what works the best, and get the 40 to 67, 80 jets on a hot tub is about the right placement on every seat you're going to be in to have those jets where they need to be. If it's your shoulders, if it's your back, if it's your calves, and don't get hung up on the amount of jets. And work with the salesperson to get the price you want, because we can still configure hot tubs different ways, add options to them, but come in and have an open mind. We had one guy cry right in front of us at the counter saying, "I'm so happy you're not pressuring me to make me write a check right now." Ended up coming in 4 times and bought a hot tub from us. So we are non-pressure sales, we are educational, and we explain, we put you in the right model, the right amount of jets for the right price that works with your budget.
Nicole, does that help you from the marketing side, the digital engagement?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Have a good product to offer.
Yeah, 100%. So it's really easy to come and talk to us. We have great salespeople that come and just work with you to find out exactly what you need. And I think that's the biggest thing is we're not over here trying to push the biggest hot tub or anything like that. We've got everything that we have is American made, and it's pretty energy efficient on everything. And so we've got a lot of options for people, and we allow everything for different budgets and different walks of life. So makes it a lot easier for us.
Well, excuse me for sometimes I'm adjusting cameras. Dave, tell me about that, the history you have. Why is it such an easy decision for somebody to get into a hot tub, and why do you think you benefit the average consumer?
My background was because of the health benefits. I was having a hard time sleep at night. I wasn't very healthy. It helped me relax. Others have the portion of the exercise with the swim spas, and then some people just want to hang out with their family. They don't want to hop on an airplane and take them across the country and spend thousands of dollars, when over time they've got that paid for in 3 or 4 years, and they can spend more time with their families. And I think a lot of families are really realizing that with all the phones and the digital media and whatnot, to try to bring them all back in the backyard and have a family picnic, sort of say.
Yeah, keep it close at home and save a little money. I think about that, a staycation, if you will, with your hot tub that you own at your own house, because again, we talked about that the first show. a lot of people, they're going to these resorts because they've got a hot tub.
Right.
Well, heck, you've got one at your own house. How quickly? The average vacation is $3,000. Hey, you could have almost paid for a hot tub. Give me a couple of vacations that's paid for. Let's jump back into it as we get into this. I want to talk about the health benefits, and you brought that up, Nicole, because there's a lot that goes into these that people just don't realize. So I'm going to scroll over here on the website. I'll put this up on the wall. Go over to our watch. As I go down here, everybody can see this, and I can actually make this fill up the screen here. There we go. I'll put that on our wall, big, or take over the wall there. But down here, about 2/3 of the way down the show, the website, Heal with Hydrotherapy. Talk to me a little bit about why that is so important and what that really helps people with.
Yeah, Dave is 100% right whenever he talked about the manufacturer that we sell, which is Cal Spas, and they've been in business over 40 years. They're fantastic, rated #1 by Consumer Affairs here in the U.S., and they have put in a ton of research into where these jets and air blowers and things like that need to be, and the pumps and how the pressure and everything, and how to manipulate that works best for people. So you get a good massage experience, and you get the benefits of being in hot water as often as you use it. I use mine every day. So I'm in there. I always, kind of tell people my experience with it. But sometimes I'm in there twice a day if I need to disconnect. But it reduces stress because you're just hanging out, chilling out, whether some people will, put on some headphones, or they'll use the Bluetooth audio that comes with some of our models. But it improves like your metabolism. You can sleep better, the pain management. We even have exercises that are low impact for people to do. So hot tub yoga, those kind of things.
What?
So yeah, it's a lot of fun to have one, but it's also, very therapeutic.
She said hot tub yoga there.
You don't want to see me doing any yoga, but I will say that on the relaxation and stress, the silent killer. Why not buy a hot tub that you're going to have for 15 to 20 years to just, I don't know how many nights I've laid awake and just say, well, thinking about this or that or the other. I'll get up 2 o'clock in the morning, go hop in a hot tub, and I'm out. And it's having it right outside your door, your backyard, your garage, your patio, a deck, wherever you have it, next to a pool. You're in a pool. It's just 24/7 stress relief.
And they talk about it. Stress is one of the #1 killers out there because people, I can talk about that personally. I won't get into the details, but literally bad news given to somebody that I care about very much. The next day, or later that day, he had a stroke.
Yeah.
And it's just, these are the kinds of things that impact people. But maybe we should, if he'd just gone home back, get into the hot tub, maybe a little bit less stress. But stress is a huge cause for health issues for anybody, and you can be greatly relieved. You talked about you use this every day. Is that true?
I do.
And
Yep.
Twice a day.
Twice a day.
Twice
Is that
a
true
day.
for you too, Dave?
I use it at least once a day, and like them, early morning wake-up calls, I hop in it every once in a while. She truly does use it twice a day.
Well, that's good use of a product that you're going to benefit from a lot. So, with regard to that, though, this is something that helps residentially, obviously, but also commercially. And so, you're helping. You talked about Airbnbs. Is that the extent of the commercial side, or do you have other facilities, but mostly residential?
Mostly residential. I would say it's probably about 90% residential, but we do have a couple Airbnbs and some other commercial properties. But it started out as the service side of things, and then we realized we're running in and out of there every other week because they don't have they got just a bad product in there. We replaced it with a good American-made product, and the service calls just went way down. They're saving money. That we get a sale out of it, and it's just a nice thing to have. And one of the things that was told to us in a research study, that if you have a hot tub in your facility for your rental, that it's 65% more rented than without one, and people will walk away without a hot tub in the facility.
That's crazy. Yeah, we do that, and we've done pretty well. But I didn't realize maybe we could add that to a couple places where we have a little bit less of the rental. What's your booking rate? And one place is doing 83%, but the other place is doing about 36. Now it's a different location and different setups, but boy, maybe we throw that hot tub in there and say, hey, by the way, and it could be something used with 2 units, so both of them could access to the hot tub. But instead of having a separate hot tub on each, maybe if we really get into this, we could do that. But wow, that's pretty neat. Well, tell me then. I can only imagine there's got to be hundreds of times by now that you've really helped a client. Can you give me a couple examples of times where you had somebody in a situation, maybe it was health related, that you helped somebody?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. The whole reason we're still in this is our very first sale in spa sales was husband and wife came in looking at it. We had 2 on the floor. Actually, we didn't have any on the floor. They bought it off a piece of paper. She had back problems, couldn't walk, was struggling, just pain in general, the stress of it. Came in, bought one of our higher end hot tubs. We delivered it, thanked us, put us on their, did it on Facebook and everything, got all the good reviews from it, and was walking shortly after she started using the hot tub. And to this day, is still a customer of ours and is going to show up at our grand opening in 3 weeks.
Nicole, some of those same examples, you've got some people?
Yeah, I think one of the ones that come to mind for me is one of your very first swim spa sales. Actually, there's 2 there. One, the very first swim spa sale was for a couple with, and their child had autism.
Yeah.
And he was very responsive to the water. And that, they made this purchase, and they've, their son has just really benefited, from that water therapy. And the other one was another swim spa, and you have to correct me, but we delivered it for the customer, and she used it for weight loss. And she ended up losing a pretty significant amount of weight, I think.
20 minutes a day and lost nearly 100 pounds in the first year.
Wow, somebody loses 100 pounds, that's a big impact.
Yeah, she was severely overweight, and that was great for her. And she actually moved and wants us to sell her another one in another location. And to the point of her about the autistic reasoning behind it, I have an autistic grandchild, and she actually gave us her old hot tub to give to my daughter, and her son, who is autistic, is he's in there before they even get out of bed.
Wow.
Sitting in that hot tub, and it could be 65 degrees after a brand new fill, and he's in that hot tub, or cold tub at that point. But, he loves it, and it just helps him communicate better throughout the day just by sitting in that hot tub. He might be in it 4 or 5 times.
Wow, there's a lot of things that you don't even realize that you can impact just by virtue of having the resources available to people. That is really cool. Well, I appreciate you guys talking about this stuff, because this really helps people understand the things you can benefit. We're going to jump into a little break here and share a little bit more about the fun stuff we're doing in the community. We're going to finish up with our video that we started and pick up where we left off. Stay tuned for this, everybody. Kind of fun.
When we have adults that are interested in 5:30, we'd open up to 5:30. But
I go to bed about that sometimes, everybody.
8 until about 6:37.
Okay.
8 a.m. to about 6:37 p.m.
Okay. And so how many days a week?
Monday through Saturday.
Okay. And on the day of rest on Sunday?
Yes,
everybody.
that's right.
All right, cool. Let's take a couple little walk through here. I want you to show me a little bit more of the equipment. I'm going to tell my camera guy to follow us over here.
Okay.
Come on, camera guy.
So our benches, barbells.
So if I was really working out, I'd put like 6 of those on, right?
Yeah, all the plates that we have, Carter. We have 45s, 25s, 10s.
Back in the day.
Yeah. We have some trap bars over here, and you can see our couple sleds and our Woodway, which is our curved treadmill. And this is some turf that we have.
Yeah, I was going to say, this turf looks pretty cool here.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can see our customized.
His name is Carter Rathwich, but in St. Louis, he's known
Well, that's kind of
as
what the idea is.
the
Impact
Cardinal
people
Cowboy.
and help.
He's a
more people
well-known
you help, the
fixture in the
happier you
stands at
become. My
sporting
mom is
events in the Gateway
still
City.
teaching. She's
He's one of its
60
greatest
years.
cheerleaders.
Oh,
A
wow.
super
30
fan
years
like
and
no
20
other.
year, 40 years.
When he
full-time
makes his
and then
rounds at almost
20
every
years now
home
in
game,
retirement,
he
so
shares
she's
his love for
but
sports
she's
with
so
the rest
happy,
of
guys.
fandom with a
She's like, I'm
smile,
starting to make
a
pretty good money
cheer,
with my show.
some
She goes,
positive
"Carter,
encouragement,
the money's
and
not
lots
gonna
and
make her happy,
lots
you
of
know that." I
selfies
said,
and
"You're
pics.
right, man. We get to
But the
do the fun
Cardinal
stuff we do in the
Cowboy
community.
was born of a tragic incident.
So I'm going to talk about media a little bit and how that
was
improves.
an
You can jump in with me
aspiring
on that.
athlete
But I wrote a
in high
book,
school and
the
college.
foreword for a book.
He dreamed of playing in the
It's
big
number one
leagues,
seller on Amazon.
but those dreams ended
how to magnetize
when
your
he
media.
and
So you
three
can
of his
comment about
college
that a little
friends
bit, how
Sure.
were
this has
hit
impacted you.
with
You
a
notice that, too.
devastating crash
But if you've got
by a
good-looking content,
five-time
you can
drunk
share people
driver.
information. You'll
One
draw
of his best
attention and help you
friends
with your sales.
died.
Is that true?
Carter suffered a
Tell
critical
them the
head
process
injury.
when somebody
The
decides to
trauma
work
put him
with
in
you.
a
How
coma
easy is it?
for
They
6
just make
days.
a phone call, they can
The
send an
doctor
email, they
said
can
he
text,
was never
but
expected
you'll
to
have a
function again.
consultation with them. Do they usually come to your location?
Those
Yeah, and
expectations
that's where that
never
lead
came
system
true.
comes in. It's a really,
He fought back and finished
big,
college. He was
place
determined to
where
prove the
you
doctors
talk to
wrong.
people, but
Among
talk to them
other
on the phone,
inspirations,
email
it was his
chat with
love
them.
of
There's
baseball
all
that
different
kept
ways
him
of-
going.
We've
people
sold
do.
And
hot
from
tubs
his near-death
strictly through
experience,
phone
the
and text.
Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey everybody, Cardinal Cowboy here. I want to invite all of you to be part of my new team. No, you don't have to put on a baseball uniform and be a super fan. Now, it would be a good idea to cheer for the Cardinals, the greatest team in the history of the National League. But I'm talking about the Gold Cowboy team. You know, I love to help people follow their dreams and reach their goals in business and in life. So that's one of the reasons why I'm telling you about my friends at My Metal Pro. They help people like you and I acquire gold and silver with a membership that lets you safely buy, sell, and store gold and silver. They make it real easy to get started. My Metal Pro isn't like the big guys you see on network TV or the big coin shops that take a huge commission. So become part of my Gold Cowboy team. Scan the QR code or go to goldcowboy.com and check it out. Giddy up!
Well, cool. A lot of stuff we get to do there, and we love people that are helping the community like yourselves. Boy, I didn't realize so many of the health benefits that are true from having a hot tub. I thought that the hot tubs are always just for relaxation, but that's part of it, I guess, the stress relief and just the health. Go over the website, everybody. There, I'll put this up on the wall. Everybody, take a look here again. But lots of great information there. hottubsofstlouis.com, and it's an ST instead of Saint, but you can imagine. Get the information you need out there, and they've got a great website. Thanks to Nicole. Are you mostly responsible for that website there, Nicole?
I am. I pepper him with all kinds of feedback, but he doesn't. He just kind of lets me run free with whatever I can do with it. But yeah, I think that having as much information on the very front page of your website that people can get a hold of you is super important, so that they know who they're dealing with and what to expect.
Yeah, well, that's the key. Put that information. Make it easy to get. You got to put it on the front page so that people can easily access it. With that, I'll talk a little bit about magnetized media. We talk about this because I want to help you guys emphasize what you do. But if you magnetize your media, it's all been able to be done now. Get yourself some great looking videos, put them on your social media. I wrote the foreword for this book. This is the #1 seller on Amazon for the business category, and it will help people. But I'm going to jump back to you there, Nicole. Tell me, how has the website and the media and the stuff you do to promote your business, social media, for instance, Facebook you talked about, how does that really help the business?
It's anything digital from a marketing perspective, any ways that we can, reach as many people as possible. That's what we're looking for, because everybody's online these days with their phones, and it's really important to have a website, that can be responsive and gives them different paths for communicating, with us. Some people just want directions. Some people want to chat with a chat bot and just get, different information. Some people want to use our Find My Perfect Spa form, which actually will direct them to different models. Some people want to text with our salespeople. So I think the biggest thing is just, allowing for versatility on what people need and giving them lots and lots of choices.
And I'll put this up for everybody to see. Find My Perfect Spa. This is right off the home page. Click to find the My Perfect Spa button you can see there, and then they can start to just fill out a quick questionnaire, and within a few minutes they'll have all the information. You're helping them. I guess. Oh, let's go here, a 4 or 6 person, and they click next. This will help them to make a quick decision so they can understand what it is you offer, and then what it is. There you go. That they may need to fit their needs.
Yeah, that's a great tool that we use, because once that gets submitted, it goes straight to the salesperson, and they are already one step ahead of narrowing down what product they are looking for, whether it be a small hot tub that you plug in the wall or something robust like a swim spa.
Well, that leads me to the next question. It might be helping to answer that. What is the process for somebody? They say, but you can take them from all different, they can call, they can text, they can email, they can Facebook, they can chat. What's the process after they've reached out to you? Where do you go? Do you go? Do you ask them to come to your
all the avenues
showroom?
are there for them: the chat, the email, the texting. In 22 years, one person has come by and just walked by our store and said, "You know what? I'm gonna buy a hot tub." So it is all about the digital marketing, getting people ahead of the game. Just recently, we had somebody said, "Yeah, I got your emails, and I was looking at a hot tub, and I was considering it, and then I got another email from you guys, and I got another one. What the heck? I'm just going to go buy a hot tub." And that is the funny stories that I love to tell, because it's just non-traditional of way of selling. But yeah, we like to get people, because we got about 20 spas in our showroom, and it's good to touch and feel and show there we can actually disseminate the differences between jets and pumps and depth and length and whatnot. So it's really good for them to come in. We can talk about our accessories and how we service and deliver everything we sell, and it's made in the USA. And we got a manufacturer that just stands behind us 100% and is constantly, every week, there's a special of the week coming out from them, and then we turn that over. It's not like they give us a special and we just keep the prices the same. We honor those specials, and people at any given time can get a discount because of what the manufacturer gives us.
There we go. Obviously, your job has become very critical here,
Yeah.
Nicole. Tell me about it. What else do you enjoy about helping the people to make decisions like this?
Oh, honestly, one of the big things that that's kind of rewarding to me is watching our sales and service staff. They have a lot less stress now, because there's different ways to talk to people, and they're not constantly, well, I need to call this person and follow up. I mean, the customer and them now have a constant dialogue going, and it's a lot easier. Our customers are less stressed, our salespeople are less stressed. There's just a lot more information flowing, and I think that really is key, to making people comfortable with, what the information that they're getting, and the decision-making process for their purchase.
Would it make sense to say that an informed consumer, especially in this space, is going to be a happy consumer? Because there's a lot that goes into making a decision like this, and this isn't just a $50 purchase. This is something they're going to spend a good amount of money on, maybe save themselves on some vacations. Hadn't thought about that one. That was a great one. But literally, like, they need this information so they can make a good, educated decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not fooling consumers anymore. They're most of them are very well educated before they ever hit our showroom.
That is so true. The internet has kind of changed the game with regard to that, hasn't it? Tell me then about your business. I can only imagine that over the time you've run your business now. Give me a challenge that you overcame within the business that helped you to grow and become stronger with as many years. Or you could talk about a consumer who had a challenge. If you tell me about a story where you helped somebody that was struggling a little bit.
Yeah, we've helped a lot of folks with the medical side of things. Limitations, stress, exercise, weight loss. I mean, there's so many stories. I couldn't tell you all of them. It's just amazing of what And like when I said in the beginning, I didn't even know that was part of the problem. I knew it because I had the restless leg syndrome. I didn't think it was as serious as somebody that couldn't walk or needed the exercise or going to have a heart attack if they didn't lose weight, and they gradually did it over a year. I mean, it's those kinds of stories that people bring back to us, and we brag about those constantly.
Yeah, well, that's great information. I mean, you can only imagine it's that kind of an impact for somebody like yourself. I mean, personal story, restless leg syndrome. Hadn't heard that one, but gosh, there's so many different anomalies out there that affect people with your nervous system. Given what I went through with my coma, I just have become a little bit attuned to some of the stuff that goes on. And boy, yeah, you've got to have those issues addressed, or they become exacerbated. Is that the right word? But it can become much more serious.
Right.
And then we see people who struggle, and the relief with regard to stress, that's got to make you feel good that you can help so many people.
Right.
deal with that.
Just the cold and heat going back to back. I mean, we hear about the cold and hot on a sore muscle or something, but sitting in a cold plunge and reducing the inflammation and then gradually warming your body up to get rid of all the toxins, and not only what it does health-wise, but mentally what it can do to a person. And I'm happy to be in this business, and I love it, and it's a different challenge and a different conversation every day. And here we are with a different conversation with you today, and I love it.
Well, that's what business is all about. So tell me then, what it is that you feel like you contribute most to the community? You've talked about a few of the different charities that you work with, and they have a lot you contribute that way. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, over, I'd say probably about 5 years ago, we started getting into, the sales were good, and we started deciding to help out in the community. So the first, we donated a hot tub to the Folds of Honor. And then our second one was the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and then the Burns Recovered Unit. So I actually sat and had dinner with a person that was in a burn at the golf tournament that we sponsored. We gave away hot tubs at all three of these. And if you put a bag over your head, you wouldn't know any difference. Sat there and had a great conversation with him, shook his hand. We had a good conversation, and it was just wonderful talking to somebody like that. And he applauded me for what we were doing for people that have been in the burn unit. And then we gave away a home for Make-A-Wish in Illinois. They gave away a $500,000 home. We gave away a $15,000 hot tub, and those people came in that won it, and they ended up eventually giving it to their son or grandson. I forget what it was. And so not only did we did a good deed, the parents did a good deed, and then they play it forward. So it's a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of new people. I got to speak at the one event, and it's amazing what people latch on to, a free hot tub. And then I think there was like 2,000 entries, and one person won. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, it makes for good information that you can share on your website and help the community and get the good word out there. But Hot Tubs of St. Louis, doing good things in our community to help those who need the help. And I like the fact you've helped the burn units, and those are people that literally, like, there's a lot to be done there to help make this world a better place. If you know anybody else highlighting leaders in their community, or any leader you feel should be highlighted, let us know, and we'll put them right here on Your Little Castle TV show. Stay tuned for more, everybody. Giddy up.